Welcome back, folks. Got my clapper still. It's one of my favorite presents. Welcome back to 3 at 3. 3 at 3 every business day. We bring you what we have come to call unusual activity. Unusual activity is large buying of calls or puts, and we follow that. We surf right on that unusual activity. If it's bullish, boom, with calls, we zoom to the upside, looking for a big outsized move. If it's on the put side, that's bearish, and boom, likewise, we jump on those and ride those to the downside. With that said, I thought I'd show you this one because I have mentioned before that Quintas, symbol CUEN, is a portfolio company that I hold. They just scored a major deal with as the fintech sponsor of Major Arena Soccer League, or MASL, for the 2022-2023 season. Big news for them. If the markets weren't so negative, I think it might actually pop the stock pretty significantly. But I think when we eventually get to a little more stabilization, news like this will help lift CUEN to the upside. And that's one of the reasons I have it as a portfolio stock. This is one of those very cheap shots that I love to take with a company that is both out there in terms of helping people move money from the United States to overseas, and as you might imagine, or south of the border. And as you might imagine, many of those folks are big fans of soccer. So I think this is a real partnership that'll bear some fruit for them. So that's why I highlight CUEN. And again, full disclosure, I am long this stock. All right. How about this? Hasbro. We talked about it when it was a $79 stock. They were buying 15,000 of the November 7750 puts. Well, it has fallen by over $11, about $11.50, give or take. And as you might imagine, these puts, boom, have become big puts, from little puts to big puts. Again, great example of why we follow unusual activity. Somebody knew something, I think, in Hasbro, big toy maker. You know exactly what they are, what they do. Well, apparently people are betting, and were betting then, a couple weeks ago, that it would be harder for people to spend as much as projected on the holiday gift giving season. We certainly hope that's not going to be true, but right now, people are very worried about the recession, and we are in a recession, folks. And Hasbro puts have made us a nice little slug of money. So bang, that's the first, but there's more. EMB. This is the JP Morgan US dollar-based emerging markets bond ETF. And as we've said, these ETFs don't exactly move real fast, but this one did. Look at that. 20,000 of those December 80 puts, with the stock at basically 84.5. They moved big time as the stock dropped to 79.30. Now, again, I bought at the money, which is what I do, and I sold, hands out, sold calls, puts against it. So being long the 85 puts and short the 80 puts as we trade down is one of the ways that we locked in some of that big trade. And 2 million shares, because again, every option's for 100 shares. So when you see 20,000, add 2 zeros to it, that's 2 million share equivalent. 2 million shares of an $84 stock, it's a $168 million trade. And again, that's why I follow those trades. Bang. How about this one? SPY. 48,000 of the October 395 puts. Yes, I covered it here on the 3 at 3 program. And you know what? They went from, call it $8, pick a number in between, because they traded for as little as $7.28. And as you see, they traded up over $9. So let's say $8. Well, guess what? Today, they went $34.20. In other words, 400%. We're not people that trade for 10%, 5%, 16%. No, when you're trading with these and following these big trades, the reason that we want to buy options is that you get to put to work for you the leverage that an option gives you, which is what exactly we did here, and why on big down days, even though the rest of my portfolio is getting hurt, I'm losing 2% here, 3% there, 4% there. But when you have a big winner like this, 400% winner on a trade like this, bang, that's why we trade options. All right, and how about this one? Just continues to work. Capital One, we got into it at 112. October 105 puts have already rolled down a couple times. Today, 93.50. Bang. Again, these are puts. They are worth more as the stock goes down. The right to sell, which is what a put is, the right to sell hands out at a price like 105, like 100, like 95, becomes worth more as the stock falls. And that's just what it has done. Encourage you to tune in Monday for the Rebel's Edge. Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Pete and I enjoy bringing you our take on the stories of the day, and we cover those, as well as, of course, bits of unusual activity. And can't say enough about all the great feedback we've gotten from the streaming networks, as well as all of you. So thank you. We are grateful to be able to bring you programs like this. The Rebel's Edge, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. Fresh meat today. DraftKings, DKNG. I'm sure Kathy Woods is not happy about this, but sorry, Kath. 15.55 is where the stock was trading. So $15.50. They bought 6,000 of next week expiring, because see how it says 07 there in front of October. The 7th of October, 15 puts, basically just 50 cents out of the money. So 6,000 is 600,000, because every option is for 100 shares of stock. So 600,000 shares short at 15. Yeah, I want to follow that kind of trade. And that's just what I did. So if you choose to, this is a bet that by next Friday, shares of DraftKings could be significantly lower. All right, here I thought I'd show you EFA. This is, of course, an ETF that covers basically everything outside of the United States and Canada. All the developed markets outside the United States and Canada. Take a look. They were buying at the bottom of that list you see there. They were buying back in August when it was 65. And in August, mid-August, it was 66. And then by the 1st of September, it was 60. And they bought in the middle of September, again, at right around 60. And look at those numbers, 20,000 of the 30th of September, 61 puts, right? Okay. Now let's take a look at where it is today. 56. So obviously those September puts, $5 in the money. Bang. They expire today. I'm out, but I'm back in with this new trade. The 7th of October, 53.50 puts. In other words, they're looking for even more downside. Ouch. More downside by next Friday. Again, very important. What I always do is for every one I buy, I sell one. Why do I do that? Because we only have a week to hold these. And time decay is fierce. There's 2 days time decay coming our way over the weekend, folks. So I like selling an option against every option that I buy. That's the way I like to play. This is a 1 million share equivalent of a $56 stock, because they traded 10,000 options. So that's $56 million potential short here. Yeah, that's why I'm in. There's Pete and I enjoying a little cigar and some bourbon. There's Pete's handle at Pete Najarian. There I am at John Najarian. And here's a mortgage. This is the Blackstone mortgage trade, BXMT, bearish put buying at the January 20 strike. That's $3.77 under where it is right now. But you can see from that graph I have underneath there, that is a graph of the 30-year mortgage. So as you might imagine, as that has moved up into the latter part of 2022, we've seen the 30-year mortgages go to almost 7%. 7%? Do you think people are going to hold off on refis? Yeah, I think so. Do you think they're going to even hold off on buying? Yeah, I think so. You've heard us talk about the unusual activity in home building stocks and the like. Well, here's another example, folks. Bang. That's why I'm in the puts here, but I'm in at the money 24 puts, shorting downside puts against it as it falls, which I think it will continue to do. Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you tune in Monday for the Rebel's Edge, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you'd like to learn more about trading stock, options, futures, or crypto, go to marketrebellion.com/get started. We have coaches, mentors, and learning that you can do on your PC 24 hours a day, whatever time suits you. And of course, subscriptions to a lot of the information like the sort I shared with you today. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you again for all those great birthday wishes, and I'll see you on Monday. Bang.